as a little warning, probably on the screen, it'll be playing one of whatever's going on at Buffalo's Saloon at the moment, which I believe is like a movie night.
Oh, cool. So there's actually an event going on here right now.
Not at the CBD location. There's an event at the Buffalo Saloon, but they use the same server, so it's like projecting at the same place.
Oh, these are your characters. I thought, see, from afar, it looks like the normal like party, and then it's like these are your NPC characters. Cool. So this was the one for the, this was the amazing one that like, yeah. This is, I partied down here, but I would love for you guys to talk a little bit about it. Great idea. Thank you, Sinful.
Yeah, so right at the entrance where you just saw the all the avatars, that's basically just a lineup of like some admins and more some of the more active members in the CBD Discord. If you do an emote down on the bottom floor, you could see all the other avatars kind of doing the same emote that you're doing.
Should I go around the front? Did I go the wrong way?
Yeah. I'll actually like pull it a step back real fast and just kind of like talk about the group and the experience as a whole before Sin kind of takes you around this particular build. But basically, you know, Kenneth and Sin started the Twitter space, the community building, and, you know, that evolved into the Discord, as we all talked about in the town hall a few weeks ago. And our year was coming up and we were like, hey, let's celebrate it. I think we talked about that on the other time as well. And so I think that we were about like 2 weeks out or something when we had that conversation, and we're like, yeah, let's do something. And then we had kind of one meeting about it. And we were like, okay, it's 2 builds, one for the party, one for an experience, you know, that you can kind of gamify. And then it was just really like, here are the 2 canvases for all of these people to be creative in and to sort of flex their skills. So it may seem, I mean, they go together so well, I think, because of the team and what we did like experientially, but you can definitely tell that there's a little bit of everybody's style in it. And to me, that's like the best part, because I don't know, it just came together very, very organically. And yeah, I mean, the core team that worked on it, if the poster is still up here, it should be next to the cake, I believe. So if you go up to that poster there, at the very bottom, you know, this experience brought to you by, and the list of all those people, these are all the people who worked on both of the locations, because there's 2 locations. And then all the music that came from all the DJs, and then of course all the people that sponsored the community wearable from the community and who got their names on it. So if you see the jacket, which one of us should put it on. So
yeah, I'm gonna wear it.
What it looked like. We made this community jacket and the chatty chat emote because, yeah, I mean, language transcends just speaking, especially in this space. So many of us collaborate or communicate without needing to necessarily speak words because of our avatars or the events we're attending together or whatever it might be. And so we wanted to just kind of convey that. So we have this varsity jacket that's like celebrating our, you know, us graduating, if you will, from the first year. And then the chatty chat emote to kind of talk about what connects us all. And that's our forms of communication through the social platform.
No, love it. I'm sharing mine right here. Woo!
And then I'll kick it back over to Sin to talk about the build. Sorry.
It's all right. No, definitely the info was needed. Question to Fractilian: did you ever get your claim a hoodie or a jacket? Or
yeah, I'm wearing it. Look, I just put it on.
Okay.
Look at that. It worked. What happened is I was originally on a different computer, and then I went back to this one, and then so I actually finished and claimed it in the awesome whale adventure land. I love that build so much. That's still up, right? Are all the links to that, or is that not up anymore?
I believe everything is still up. We really haven't touched anything since the event. Or do you know of anything that has changed, CK?
It should still be up. I think we wanted to keep it up for a little bit so those who maybe couldn't attend on Saturday could still go, enjoy it, experience it. I guess for Sin, do you want to tell them how they can get the emote you get at the main build and then the wearable you get at the parkour build?
Yep. So with the emote, like we just gather around this cake and start doing clapping emotes, and then the cake will just get bigger and bigger until it explodes, and then you will see a whale. You may have to sneak up on the whale to get your emote, but.
Pro tip for those who may not have the clap on their emote wheel, you can type / emote clap.
Oh, there it is.
And I copy and paste it, and I just do that over and over again to clap, so I don't have to change my emotes.
So now you have to sneak up on the whale, right behind it.
I know.
To catch it.
You gotta catch it. Exactly. That's it.
There it is. There. Oh, you've reached the limit because I already got it. So it's telling me like, go away, lady. You've gotten your emote.
Maybe Fez, have you?
Have you gotten it yet?
Nope. I'm trying.
Oh, yeah. Here, stand behind it and then point towards the whale, and you'll see it says "click to claim emote."
Did you already explode? You can see the whale, right?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
I'm behind it.
I would definitely want to shout out some of the people who worked on this part of the experience. So SRJH, Josh did the whale in the animations and was working on this for a while. And then Madamus did all the dev work pretty much. I mean, there was some support from Job and others, but Madamus did the main dev work. He's the one that coded the giant avatars so that we had like versions of ourselves that follow your emote. He did the clap to make the cake explode. He coded, just about everything in this space. So shout out Madamus. He's super talented.
Big shout out to Madamus. He put in a lot of work, and truly, I'm truly grateful that we have someone like him in the community that's just so willing to share. The birthday cake was an Odd Job asset, correct?
Yes, it was. Yes, that's right. So we knew Odd Job had a cake, and we thought, what better time to bring the cake asset back? So he made this, and I actually really love that I saw Chameleon, who's a community member, came to the build, saw the cake, loved the cake, and was like, because Chameleon makes pastries if you follow them on Twitter, and you'll see all of their really delicious looking baked goods.
You guys are making me hungry.
I know, right? And so I saw Chameleon post like, I love the cake. I want to start making cake assets. And so that was just like, it seems so silly, this cake that explodes, but it totally inspired somebody who's in baking to want to do baked goods, in Decentraland. So
I
love that little moment.
I love the exploding cake. It's something I haven't seen before, and it's so much fun. I mean, like, I've done it like 5 times now. Each time I'm like, how big is it going to get?
And then,
go ahead.
No, you go.
I was going to say, if you run across to the other side of the build, like on the wall, we have a whole bunch of images that all of us have collected through the year, and you can click on them and kind of like look through them.
If it doesn't load right away, just give it a second. It might lag a bit because basically Madamus programmed these to be like slideshows.
Oh, cool.
So
I love that.
The images change when you click on it. Like I said, if it doesn't move right away, just give it a second. It's probably still loading. But yeah, we have in the community building Decentraland Discord, we have a share photos channel. So whenever we do events, we'll just be sourcing that channel for community photos to put up so we can all look at our baby pictures, as we sometimes call them. Before some of us had custom names and, all that stuff.
What do you think, Bubbles? Should we show the build?
Do upstairs before we go to the next one.
Okay, because I think everyone will get stuck in the there because that's so much fun.
Yeah, exactly. The parkour.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so start here, right?
Yep, right here. Stand on this red platform, and you will be teleported to the top.
I love the
transition. Shout out Canessa. Canessa did the build of the space. She got a lot of help from Argent and Greensifer on some texturing. in various things, but she was the mastermind behind this entire build, what it looks like. She even has some lore behind it, which I won't attempt to share because it's super, I won't say complex, but it's a very good storyline, and I would just not do it service to butcher it in the way that I would.
Yes, we need to get Canessa back in here.
No, and then the teleport, I mean, that was one of my favorite things. It's simple, but, you know, Canessa was like, oh, is anyone going to know that you step into it? And I was like, we've played enough video games, I'm sure, every single one of us, even if we're not really gamers. And we know teleports take you places, so people will just step into it.
Yep. And so, yeah, we have this like really crazy this really crazy dance floor that's like 3 levels. Kind of like, I can't speak on too much of like how this dance floor came to be. I can only speak on like how they found out about, like, you know, all these crazy colors. We were sitting in a FAFO session in the CBD Discord, and Canessa was just messing around with different stuff, and like, and then everyone else started like to like pitch in and like make some suggestions, and then all of a sudden like this happened, this like negative coloring. I don't even know what to call it, to tell you the truth. Like, it's not really like negative colors, it's just different colors.
I love
it's definitely like an inverse, you know, colors. But yeah, it's very disorienting, and I know that some happy accidents, or as I refer to them based on a book about astrophysics I read, brilliant blunders. It's always cool to see the things that you were just kind of fucking around and finding out. Is my language, but and then it was really cool, and then you made it a feature instead of, you know, an accident.
Yeah, it's a Japanese term, you know, wabi-sabi, the beauty in imperfection. It's like there's a magic there for sure. And being able to just mess around and find those cool accidents that make this is where I like to play too. So this is really cool.
And sorry, Sin, I was just going to mention that one thing we debated as a team. We were like, do we need to put warning signs? Like,
it isn't
going to hurt anybody? Because we've never seen anything like this. You know, you have all the crazy light shows from all the different DJ performances and stuff, but this was something else. Because once you get in there, it can be a little disorienting.
I love it though. Look at Fede right now. He just looks like, look at his outfit. I want an avatar that looks like that. I wish I could change my avatar to just be like permanently like this, the whole thing. Like, it just looks really trippy.
Oh, his shirt looks so cool.
Doesn't it look really cool? I love it. I've seen some
Hawaiian
shirts.
I was thinking the same. Like the shirt is perfect with these colors.
I know. Look at that right there in your face. I like you, blue skin, black, yellow, blue, purple skin. It looks really cool.
I mean, you could see how you could take something like this and maybe even do like just the purple or whatever and have a blacklight party. Totally. And so you have to then figure out which of the wearables really react in the blacklight, you know? And that's just like bringing a bit of that reality that exists that we do with light shows and events IRL, but then bringing it in here and not having physics to necessarily control anything. It's really cool. I don't know. I'm definitely inspired.
Cool. So where should I go now? Should I go down? Should I go up? Or
CK and I are by the pool right now.
Okay. Where's the pool?
The pool, yep, you're walking right towards us. Cool. Just want to take a moment to compliment these amazing what are they called? Like hologram TVs, or because like this was one of the features that I was just like, that I constantly kept telling Madamus, like, oh my God, you did an amazing job. Like,
yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, maybe people have done it before and we're just, you know, only paying attention, but doing transparent screens, you know, is something that when I heard about it, I was like, I don't know if that's going to look good. You know, obviously for the case of we're watching a movie, it doesn't, you know, you can't really see the movie. So it wasn't the same context, but all the performers and all the videos that they supplied, like all the DJs, have like really fun colors and lights and like green screen backdrops with all these animated things behind them, or even the videos that Brandon made with Sin, of all the different, like some people just supply their music tracks, you know, they have like their SoundCloud or
Nice.
whatever.
Yeah.
And Brandon made these quick little videos in the background with some text over it so we could highlight everybody. And even those just looked so good on these screens. I was just like, video after video, I was like, how can it keep getting better? Like, it's so good.
cool. I love it. I love the clouds and I mean, I can only imagine in one of those videos how cool it would look, because even this looks really cool. Like just with what I see here. And I never even realized this is a pool. This is such a cool pool, like a hangout, like hot, like chill zones within the pool.
Yes, Canessa was telling us that she spent like a couple of hours just like scrolling through Pinterest trying to find like some like poolside or like, yeah, some pool examples. And then she came across something that looked similar to this. And yeah, I loved how she added the, you know, the CBD benches or cushions inside so we could all relax. During the event, it seemed like the pool was a hot spot for everyone. Everyone was loving, like, you know, just loving being in the pool.
It's very cool. I love that.
Let's see, a few more shout outs for Madamus. If you look on like the top right of your screen, you see like the button with the two people dancing.
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah.
that is like a auto dance toggle on and off feature.
That's so cool.
I believe that was developed by Madamus. And then right under that, you see like little like two arrows kind of like rotating or going like around. That is a screen refresh feature. So like, let's say like in Decentraland, sometimes we have an issue whenever we're switching from one performer to another, meaning like they need to like turn off OBS and then turn on OBS on the other end. This refresh feature, you just double click it, and within 30 seconds, I believe, it will update and refresh, and you know, you won't have to do the long page refresh.
Where is that? I'm trying to find it. Am I missing it?
It's very hard to see. It's right under the auto dance button.
Okay.
It's two arrows.
Huh.
Yeah,
I don't see it on your stream, but it's definitely on my stream.
Oh, yeah, it's on my. Yeah. I don't see it on your stream actually. That's weird.
I was like, if I'm feeling that.
It's like, so you see how the auto dance is like the two avatars and they're like black outlines.
Yeah.
It's basically like that, but two arrows, and they're kind of like the recycle symbol, but it's just two instead of three. Yep, and so, yeah, when we were switching between all the different DJs, we could just click that, and then the screen would just kind of like refresh, and then you didn't have to move, and you could keep going and doing what you were doing. So it just was one of those things that was like an ease and a seamlessness. So people didn't have to refresh and start out downstairs and then teleport back up and get to their position again.
That's really cool. I'm going to have to come back and actually use that. I don't want to refresh right now the traditional way. I want to refresh the cool kid way. Like
no need. I think Buffalo's playing a movie for us currently. So
no, I love it.
So the booths are kind of like cool, and they have this. It's like the glass that Canessa had put onto them is kind of like the same as like the dance floor, that it has like its different colors, or yeah, it's color pattern craziness.
You mean the he's talking about on the sides of the pool, there's like these little bubble holes. Yeah. So
okay.
No. If you go back to where you were, so go back on the ground and then go straight a little bit, and you see those circles to your left?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Like little rooms. So go in there. And then the glass on that is the same stuff. So then rotate your camera around.
Okay, that's cool. I see.
Yeah. So once you get the angle right, you can. Yeah, it does the same effect.
Outside looking in, like from my position from the pool looking towards you, like I can see you all like with different colors and stuff.
Oh, cool. Well, I hope you guys
Um,
keep this build up for a while because I want to show some other friends too. It was such a fun day when we were in. Oh, I always do that. I always find the
You
way
can
to
walk
fall off
through the
something.
wall. You walk through the wall. The wall doesn't have a collider.
yeah,
Oh, there we go.
we
Okay.
we built this in 2
Yeah,
weeks. No
there's no
time for
collider in the
colliders.
Well, it works amazing for. I can't believe you did in 2 weeks. It's so much work, and I love.
Oh my
It-
gosh.
if
You
if you
saw the
walk
whole team names. So like it was definitely a group effort, and we were in CBD voice chat just every single day working on it. And multiple people who weren't even a part of the core team were coming in and feedbacking and giving some help. So it really felt like all of us together as community did it.
It was so
Mhm.
cool. Yeah, I know Arjun for a long time from like Mona, and she loves you guys. So I was like, they're the best.
I know we love Arden.
Yes. If you come back up and just walk across the pool,
go
you'll
back up.
you'll see another screen with a sinful avatar just dancing in front of it.
Oh yeah, you got to give
Oh,
yourself some props
So
here.
I go over here, or where
oh,
should I
Yeah,
go?
no.
to that level.
These are 13 props.
Now go to your right. You're like so go on the ground, like in the build.
Oh, okay.
Out of the and then keep following that. Keep going around. You'll see a
Oh,
little.
there you are. Oh, wait,
Little
where'd it go? There it is.
Yep. Well, that's
Oh,
me
cool.
dancing. But more importantly, the DJ booth that he is dancing on was made by Specimen 13. He that was his gift to the event, and I love it.
It's super cool, man. You need to have it so it lifts up in the air. Like I imagine it on one of those hydraulics, and you're floating above the crowd. Like, that would be
Oh my God, that's next party when we really elevate our skills.
Yes. Let's see, and I guess last feature that we haven't spoken about. Oh, on the bottom right of your screen, there's like a little button, like you can click that and spam it, and confetti comes out everywhere. That was.
I don't see it on.
I don't see it on mine. I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm not.
Do you see the confetti though? That I'm because I'm pressing the button. I'm spamming the confetti. This was
so
another
cool.
feature. Yeah, that
all party
Matt
you were
made.
spamming that, and you know.
As well as you press what the number 1 on your keyboard, you get a C. If you press it again, you get a B, and if you press it again, you get a D.
Oh, that's so cool, man! All these cool things I didn't even know until today.
Just wait.
If you press 2, you get meal bubbles.
I see that. Oh.
If you press 3, you get bubbles.
You get like kind of realistic bubbles. They're kind of blue.
Those are so cool. Oh my God. It's like the whale where we're going next. The ability to do the secret thing. I made like 1,000 of them. They were so cool. Oh, look at that. Ooh, look at my screen right now. Inverted. Where to go? Hey, 1.
Inverted bubbles.
Inverted bubbles and meows.
So my favorite thing to do with the bubbles is, spam the bubbles and then spam some smoke, which is number 4, and then they look like smoky bubbles.
Oh my God!
Everybody was doing that all night, and I was like, "I'm so here for it."
Oh my God. Can you do this in the other place we're gonna go to as well, or no? This is just for this build.
This is just for this build. The way in which you were creating the whales, that's the only number feature, or technically it's a letter, but that's the only feature.
Cool. It's like, how come you have a headache? My boyfriend comes home. I've been pressing 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like, oh God. He just watches what I do and walks away. It's like, you're such a dork. Like, this is so cool. Look at this. He's just like, okay, whatever. I'm gonna go farm. Okay, let's go farm. I love it.
So, are there any other features that we've missed, CK?
I think that's it. Yeah, just probably, finding the teleport. That would be, there's the giant CBD letters upstairs. Like when you teleport downstairs up, before you jump all the way down to this level, there's another level above, and there's giant CBD letters. And I don't think a lot of people found that.
Oh, where's that? Should I have to keep going up?
Yeah, right there.
Oh, right there. Yeah, that looks so cool. Ooh, look at that.
This was just another cool thing that Canessa added. And then on that level 2, there's like an area with a table and chairs. So we caught a few people during the party just hanging out solo up there.
Oh, where's the chairs? Am I?
Over here on the other
around,
side,
yeah.
like looking over the pool, actually.
Oh, like over here?
Yep.
Oh, cool.
Yep.
So you have to be very slow so I don't like fall off.
Oh, you're on the parkour.
Oh, I'm on the parkour. I'm in the wrong place. I thought maybe the table and chill out zones was like hidden. Oh, look, it looks cool. I just like seeing the CBD from this angle. That looks really cool.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay,
I know we're gonna have to like stage a group photo here at some point because we meant to do it that night, but I think we're all having too much fun after working really hard.
Oh, here it is. Here's the chill out, right?
Yep. Looking over the pool.
Yeah, that's it.
This was my designated area. I would hang out up here and look down at the top of people's heads and judge.
Judge. Oh, great. Next time I show up, it's like, you're being judged, blue hair.
Blue hair. Your bun is not symmetrical.
I know. I have had blue hair in the past, but I have dark brown hair, so it was really hard to maintain. But it was only like half, like the lower half blue, so then I could be like pretend normal and then blue when I wanted to be. It's a lot of work to have blue hair.
Alrighty, so I think that concludes the tour of the main build. So if you just jump down and you can walk through like the
okay, cool.
You can walk through the walls that we have around.
Oh, I love seeing the like you said, you could see the bubbles from up there. That looks really cool.
Yes.
Okay, so now we get to go to the
yes.
I mean, all of it's my favorite, but this part's so much fun. Is it this one? This guy? Yeah.
Oh, last feature. If you press F, flowers come up.
Oh yeah, that was another one.
Cool.
We forgot the whimsy flowers from Odd Job.
Goodness.
Yeah.
I'm just spamming bubbles. Oh my god, bubbles! You're surrounded by flowers now.
Oh, it works down here too. So
yeah, the whole on this build from wall to wall. Yep.
So right here in this poster, this is oh wait, no, this is just the sign with like the core team, I believe, or is this the team that put together the whale build or the parkour?
So this here downstairs of this main build, these are the main people who worked on this one. Obviously, there were more than just this because the core team is on the other graphic that's next to the cake. But, we wanted to give a highlight to the people who did the main stuff in this particular build. Obviously, there's a ton that you could shout out Brandon and Sin for the coordination of all the music, putting together the video, doing all the stream stuff. So there's a ton of credit that's due to a lot of people, but we tried our best to fit it in a succinct manner. So yeah, these are the main people: Canessa, 13, Oddjob, Madamus, Sinful, and Greensifer and Argent, who kind of did a lot of the stuff in here.
And then if you sneak up on the whale
again, we have to go to the butt side of the whale. Okay.
Yeah, we were like, maybe we shouldn't be telling everybody that.
That's why we're sneaking up on it.
That sounds even worse. Sneaky. It reminds me of, what's that called? I just watched that really funny Adam Sandler movie, the one where he's the butler, Sneaky. A really silly movie. I forget what it's called. Oh, Mr. Deeds.
Mr. Deeds.
Yeah.
And the character's like sneaky. Okay, so I'm here. What is that?
Before you go inside, I just wanted to shout out the sign here of all the people that worked on this stuff. Again, just giving much love to Argent, who did the main building here. She did this. She textured this. She did all the water. The sliding tray. I definitely recommend maybe looking at it not in nighttime so you can get the full effect of what some of the colors are. Because right now I have my skybox on at midnight and it's hard to tell, but if you turn it on daylight, you'll start to see some more of the textures and inside the water and different parts. Josh helped with a lot of this as well. Obviously did the whales, as I mentioned. Madamus did all the dev work for it. Oddjob helped out as well. Brandon did the wearable, which you get for doing the parkour, and then and others worked across all the projects and helping like feedback and creative direction and stuff like that. So
this is a real community build. I love it.
Yeah.
So is the wearable, is it still available for people or just on the marketplace? Like, can they still do the parkour to get the wearable? Is that still open?
Everything's still available through the builds, through the experience. We wanted to keep that up. I mean, the main thing is it's a community funded wearable. We aren't trying to like make money off of this. If we do make any profit once we do put it up for sale, which we're only going to put it up for 1 mana, it's not like trying to like get rich quick. It's more just that if we get any funds, we'll use it towards the other initiatives that we do, like these builds. So covering any publishing fees for wearables or emotes so that we can give more out. Covering any costs for any hosting of stuff, because sometimes you incur some costs when you got to do some things as a group. But really, we are just a community of communities, and we are not a business entity and trying to do any of that stuff.
I need my special parkour meteor core hack. What was it again? I can't remember my hack. The secret.
I know what it is, but I don't know if I want to tell everybody yet.
Okay. Don't tell everybody yet. You're right. You're right. You can message me and tell me. Just kidding. Don't worry. Don't. I think you're right. Actually, that's half the fun. I was really not wanting to know the secret until my inferior parkour abilities just shined so hard. You guys felt sorry for me.
Yeah, there is a button, which I will tell y'all. I mean, we're not like keeping it super secret, but there is a button you can press that will spawn more whales so that you can get a little help getting to the top, because one thing people don't necessarily know is that the whales are not the same every time you load the scene. So if you reload the page, you'll have a totally different generative whale setup. Madamus, I don't know how he did it, but he figured out a way to do that. And yeah, so you try as you might, but every time you refresh or reload the scene, it will not be the same. So that's why we added in that extra feature so that people weren't being blocked from getting it because they may not have our core skills and are more mediocre like the rest of us.
I need a crying emote right now. Like, no, be like a tantrum. I need a tantrum emote. Is there a tantrum emote?
I don't think so.
Wow.
That's a good one. That's a good one we should do. I could get my kid to volunteer for that one.
Get a motion suit on him.
Do your tantrum. Remember when you were like, you pretended not to be having a tantrum last week? Go for it.
Go for it. Like, we need you for science or for creativity.
Yeah.
Just wanted to also give some love to Argent. Like, I believe she was the one that designed the actual structure where this sits on. It's I had mentioned to her, like, it's just very, very like aesthetically pleasing to like look at from outside. Outside looking in, like it's a very, very nice build.
Yeah, and I like the kind of like yin and yang it has with the other build, which is kind of like molten lava party. There's so much going on. This one has, even though there's a ton of whales and it does look a little intimidating, it has like, the animations are very serene and smooth, and like the water's very like kind of relaxing in a way. And even the way the shelf slides in and out is kind of like it eases in. And so it's meant to be like, it's stressful because it's a parkour, and it's probably going to take you a decent amount of time to do it, because we had some pretty good parkour people tell us like, good job, y'all did a good job on this.
Because look at me, I think I've now spawned 1 million whales and I still can't get up. Soon it'll be like a giant whale blanket and still I won't be able to. Yeah, I remember Argent was showing me the work in progress before she had it in here. It was so cool. I'm like, oh, I love it. I love her modular / design. It looks like you're saying, it's nice to have like 2 different connected builds but separate in their feel. It feels almost like, in the ocean side, the waves coming in and out. It's like the breathing of the ocean current.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the other one's the volcano amongst it.
Yes, totally.
Yeah, the other one's the underwater volcano. I made it up for the first time today. It took me a while, but I made it.
I made it to the thing and I fell off.
Okay, since you guys have been going at it for a little bit, I'll give you the hint. If you press F on your keyboard, it will spawn another whale. There is a hint to it. The whale will spawn always in the same sort of, depending on where you're standing, it'll always spawn in like, I forget if it's like southeast, whatever it is, but it always spawns in the same place based on where you're standing. So you have to work with the spawned whales as well. There's like, it's not as simple as like, oh, it's going to give you a straight shot up to the top. Like you got to kind of like puzzle piece it out once you figure out how the whales spawn in with pressing F.
And then once you get up on this thing, that's the hardest part, not to be like fall off again, which I already did. This part was the hardest part, and I think I'm about to fall off. No, don't.
Yeah, the ledge is definitely the most frustrating part we learned from everybody.
It already pushed me off.
Fez is almost up here. He's calculating. I can see, like he like jumped to one, stopped for a little bit.
Yes, I am.
He's calculating.
Now you know why we did this part second, because I spent like an hour last time, and I finally made it to the top after the spawning about 100, 200 extra whales to help me. Like.
One thing we did, which you don't see right now because I think Buffalo's stream ended, but there's a screen in here. So if people wanted during the party to come and do the parkour and it would take them a while, they weren't missing the music and still got to listen to it and have fun and feel like, you know, they could just pay attention to a chat or something in Discord because that's where a lot of us were hanging out the night of and still be a part of it and then jump back in once they finished it.
So, Fez, I believe you can click on this whale up here for the jacket. Yes.
He beat me, and I've done this before. That's so sad.
I spawned a couple whales up here. CK, do you know if like the whales that, like, let's say I was standing next to you and I spawned the whale. Do you see that whale, or is it just for me?
I think... I'm not sure, actually. Let me see if I see Fractillion's whales.
Because I have, like, so many. Like, if you look at my stream, look, I've spawned, like, each of them have, like, many-tailed. Look at that. It's like...
for a second, I saw yours, Fractillion's, but
really?
I don't... I guess not. I don't know.
If Fez can see 3 whales on the roof, then he can see mine.
I'm only seeing one, I think.
Oh, okay.
The big one, right? Okay,
yeah,
so,
the big one. Exactly.
Okay, so other people can't see your spawned whales. Okay.
I mean, that would make sense based on how a lot of the mechanics work, but...
The multiplayer, what we all want. Oh, look at that. My head is... I'm decapitated. It's like... I don't know where I am. I'm hoping to finally get to the top. I'm in a weird limbo zone right now.
I know, it's like sometimes you can get so trapped in, like being along that edge, not knowing where to go with what whale.
Oh, I've fallen about 6 times now. I think it's also like, I wish there was a way to, like, you know how in some games you can like adjust the settings so it's not as, like, it doesn't move as far. Like, each time I did a step, it would be a little less. Like, you can adjust the increments. That would be really cool. Like, increments of steps. Because, like, when I turn, you turn so much, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, maybe it's just me, but some
adjust
people
the
say...
sensitivity. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's the word I was looking for.
I like how Masca just like came through. He's like, "What's up, everyone?"
And then quickly got to the top, no question.
I know, it's I've been here for an
let you
hour.
go.
Can you just drag my... Ooh, that would be cool, actually, if you could connect an avatar to another one and then just, like, drag your friend to the top.
Kind of like how Discord is with chats. Like you, like for admins, you can drag them to different chats.
Yeah, some of us were talking about how we wish we could partner ourselves with another avatar. We don't know what that means and how to do that, but there are a lot of use cases where it would be useful. Yeah.
So I'm looking at your screen, Fractillion, and oh my god, look at how many tails.
I know.
I know, when you see like 4 tails in the same place.
You're like, Natalie's been around. You know, you're looking at my stream. Look how many tails I've done. I've done a lot of whales, and I still have issues. I'm afraid to jump.
Okay, Yes, I see the route to the top. Okay, you're there. You just need to go straight. Yeah. Maybe try to catch that whale that was slightly behind you when you were on that lower. There was
Okay.
like a whale that was slightly up behind you, and
Love this. This reminds me on I do those spaces on Thursday, and today we were doing Roblox, and one of the maps that we've been having some people's children on to show us, how they play in Roblox and stuff like that. And they took us to a parkour, and I think I got it's jump from one building to another, and then it's bounce off of something to another building, and then it's climb up this wall, and then the fourth thing is run sideways on a wall. And I was like, oh, LOL, this is funny. I did it about 15 times. And people are spectating you as you're doing it. And I was like, yeah, I'm done. I don't want people to watch me fail this many times.
I'm used to it, as you can see. I don't care. I'll keep doing it till there'll be so many whales I can't even get up. It'll be I've created a whale wall, and
the scene just crashes from all the whales you spawn.
Actually, I'm surprised how many whales already are in the scene and it hasn't crashed, because I've added a lot. Okay, but I'm actually getting dizzy now. I'm I can't even look at the screen. I'm gonna look away. Oh man, this has been so cool. You guys rock. Thank you for saving the day. And this is something I wanted to do from last time, but this is perfect timing. Serendipitous, right? It's what Decentraland's all about. You never know what will happen when you start walking about.
Who will say that I'll end up the day riding a whale?
Exactly. What'd you do today? Well, I rode some whales that I spawned. It's okay. And I got a wearable from one of them after I snuck up on it.
And then I clapped
on their butts.
I clapped and shake a bunch.
Yeah, I clapped and some smoke came out.
Smoked some bubbles.
Oh, God. I'm over here pressing 2 to see if new bubbles spawn, but no.
I'm still so hopeful every time that I'm gonna find my way up.
You're so close. I see the top of your head.
I know, but every time you say that,
I see your buns.
I know.
Oh my
it's
gosh,
so
you're
close.
so close.
I know, but I'm afraid. I'm afraid of my next move.
Okay. So your next move here. The whale next to you looks too high.
Too high.
In front of you might be the next
corner,
step.
Where the whale spawns every time you press F.
Okay. I'm getting close.
Yes. Oh my god! You missed it on the
first. Oh my god! How long was that? Half an hour of. Yay! So did you get your CBD wearable, Fede?
I think I did, but I'm not saying it yet.
Okay, it'll take a little bit. Yeah.
Just let us know, and we'll send one to you.
Look at that!
Yeah,
Yay!
a bunch of us have access to mint rights, so we can get that to anybody. And if for whatever reason, while we have these builds up, if you run into any issues or know anyone else who does, just let us know. We'll get it over to y'all.
Mm-hmm.
And look, this is what I should have done beforehand. My meditation pose. This is from Soul Magic, from the user testing. My gift from them.
I remember when I got the email, I was like, "Oh yay! I love that."
Isn't it cool? Have you guys actually done? And I know Odd Job did an emote. Have you guys made your own emotes yet?
Yeah, I did one. Well, I'm not an animator yet, I guess I should say. So, but the first one I ever released was with Issa Amazing Foundation. We did the nail emote, and that came out during Fashion Week.
Oh, so it was actually emote related to it? I haven't seen that.
Yeah, so I released all the Bubble World's wearables. So I had my mythic boots, my I guess they were legendary nail art. I did, what is the 5,000? Is it epic or rare? 5,000 for the bows, the pink bows. And then I did the nail art emote. Yes, that was a legendary as well. So there's still a bunch on the market.
Very cool. Yeah, because I want to, I really want to get one of when people use the, what do you call it, the suits to do it. Is that what Odd Job did for his, or how did he make that really cool one? The one that you're using right now?
So Oddjob, unless he's here, I don't want to speak for him. I didn't see him in here, but he mostly, because I'm working with him right now on one, so I can, firsthand, like literally we were just in a Discord an hour ago looking at stuff and feedbacking. He basically will either find a video reference or even record himself, or like I could record myself, and then he puts that video up into Builder where he animates, and he just does it like almost one for one, the actions, and then there he adds personality and flair to those actions, so it's more personal or different than just a straight mimic. But yeah, I mean, he did a video of him sitting at a table and he was doing an action with his hands, and then he showed me today his Blender file, and it's a video of him doing those actions, and then at the same time in this, like, they're literally mirrored twins. He's doing it IRL, and then he's doing it on the little avatar. And I was like, this is so cool. I want to share that. I want to show that to people. Like, people will love that.
I know. I want to make, because I've done a wearable in the past, but I want to start. Yeah, I'm diving more into the SDK, getting everything set up, because it's too much fun.
Reach out to any of us anytime. Yes. Like I said, I don't have the skills yet. I feel like animation's the inevitable next step for me, since I've been learning Blender and SDK. I come from a creative background, so I've got other program skills in the Adobe world, but not so much in the 3D modeling world. And I'm learning AR now, so that's been really fun.
So cool. Yeah, I've done only a couple things there, but I want to dive more into that, because I know, you were saying you've done stuff in augmented, right? And then
so Metaspark, that's one of the clients I work on for my job, and so we do a lot of tutorial content and creator highlights of all the creators who are working in AR. That program's super easy to learn. There's so many transferable skills from this space. As far as 3D modeling, a lot of people use Blender or Maya or whatever preferred 3D modeling software. And then you just work with the programs like Lens Studio, which is the Snap version, Spark, which is the Meta version, and then there's Niantic Eighth Wall, which is another big one. And then there's some smaller ones, but I haven't tested those out yet as far as what to use to build AR in. Basically, you just drop your 3D models in. You may have to do a little playing around with textures, because there's certain things that don't and do work in different programs. So you just like with DCL, right? You put your wearable into Builder and you're like, oh, that texture doesn't look right. And then you have to go back into Blender and then you got to adjust it. So it's the same thing like that. And then there's so much drag and drop in those programs. It's so easy and intuitive. And then if you know scripting, you then can make your experiences way bigger and more interactive than just a cute thing on your face or track to your body or whatever you want to do.
That's so cool. Yeah, I was starting to play in there because I have a Clone X, so I got the artifacts. Like, there was a challenge around that, people creating different, I think it was with Lens Studio. I mean, they gave you actually the option to use whatever you wanted, but it was really fun. And it was, like you're saying, just drag and drop. And then they had like a basic template that they used and they had already there for you. So they made it extra, extra easy, but it was so cool. Like, I definitely want to dive into that more. And I think I can't wait to see what you do with it you're saying for Beauty Week, right? Or no, is it for something else that you're going to?
Yeah. So, I released a Metaspark AR filter for Fashion Week. So that's live on my Instagram. So if you go to CK Bubbles on Instagram, my page, you'll see the 3 stars, and then you can play around with that one. That one, because Metaspark doesn't have tracking as well on hands, we had to create hands, but that one's really cool because it lets you do the poses of the emote that's in Decentraland, and you're wearing the nail art wearables that you can also buy in Decentraland and wear. And it's bringing to life the worlds of Bubble Worlds, which I released. So it was a nice little companion piece to the campaign that I did. That's been really cool. But this one I'm doing for Beauty Week next week is using Lens Studio. And this is the first time I've gone in the programs myself, because usually I just come up with the ideas, the visual direction, and then I pass it off to way more talented people. But I really wanted to push myself to level up my own skill sets. So I worked with a friend who helped me do the high poly 3D modeling, because I'm more of a low poly 3D modeler as I'm learning Blender right now. And her and I have just been working together, and then I've been doing all the AR stuff for it. And it's been I mean, Sin can speak to it. Sin opened up Lens Studio and started messing around with it. It's
Cool.
way easier than you anticipate.
I'm on your actually Instagram right now. And so how do I access it? It's there's the sparkles, right?
Yep, you click the little 3 sparkle stars, and then you should see the filter there. And then I always recommend people to tag me when you do use it and post it if you are going to post it, because if you don't tag me, I don't see it, unfortunately. They took that feature away for some reason, unless you post it in a reel. So if you take a quick video and post it to your stories, I won't ever see it unless I follow you and I happen to see you post it at that time. So
oh my God, I'm playing around with it right now. This is so cool.
Yeah, and it uses your skin texture, your skin tone color picker, so it should match
it.
you.
I was like, no, I noticed that right away. Oh my God, I love it. So this was all done. You said this was Metaspark or this was Lens Studio?
That's Metaspark, and I created the 3D and the effect with my day job. I work for a creative agency, and we work in AR and VR. And so they did the 3D modeling, my coworker JP, and then Fred helped JP with the modeling, and then did all the sort of interactive. There's a lot of coding in it that probably doesn't seem like super wild or advanced, but for the world of AR effects, allowing you to pick your music before you start to record is like a new feature in Instagram. Again, it seems so basic, but it's a new feature we were trying out. The color picker was a new feature. We added some physics things to it, so things feel a little more organic and not just so tied to your face. And then the interaction is that you just looked left and right.
Yeah, I was messing with it. It was super fun. Yeah, I recommend everyone check it out. My internet, for some reason, my Wi-Fi here is acting up, but my laptop can do it. So I'm gonna have to find a better spot for my phone to test it out better. But it was really cool.
Yeah, so that filter will be at the Beauty Week. People are doing a IRL event in London where they're showcasing a bunch of AR. And so I know that filter will be there in person. I was able to get that in time. And then the filter I'll be releasing, it's more than a filter. It's, I guess without giving too much away, because we haven't been given the okay to talk about it necessarily, but it's an AR market. It's an AR marketplace. I'm not going to say who or whatever, but it's an AR marketplace that doesn't have nails. And so you will go there to be able to get an NFT. And the NFT obviously lets you do AR try-ons in their app with that NFT. And then you will unlock a DCL wearable version of the AR, and then a kind of more experiential version of AR in Lens Studio.
Oh man, that sounds awesome.
There'll be a really awesome video that my friend who's been doing the 3D modeling, she's also like a photographer and a videographer, and she does video edits, and it's just so talented. So you get the awesome video, that's the NFT, and you get a static image of it. And then I'm planning to do future utility, still figuring out what exactly that looks like as a roadmap. But if you own those NFTs, you will get future stuff from me.
Nice. Token gated experiences in Decentraland.
Exactly. Or some nail product drop stuff, whether it's digital or IRL. We'll see. Who knows?
Yeah, the other day, I don't know, I think I might have told you this, but I saw this kid. He had really cool nail art, and I was telling him all about you, and he was like, huh. I was like, I know this person. She does amazing nail art. And he was kind of looking at me. He was a college kid, but he was really keen on finding out more. So I tell a lot of people about all your work because it's very cool and different. I'm like, did you know that people are doing that in the metaverse?
Yeah.
Love it. Well, you guys, this has been amazing. I'm so stoked to dive in and get even more behind the scenes and seeing now, having you guys on here for part 2 of CBD event, because it was all, you guys were talking about it prior. Well, Vanessa was when the last InWorld Meetup. So
and I mean, if not to necessarily speak for everybody on the team, I know Sin's here, but if there's anything that we as anybody in the CBD Discord come together and do anything for the DAO, like an event or anything like that, just hit us up anytime.
Yeah,
I mean, we are always,
let's talk. I'm always the same thing.
And just flex our creative skills.
Hell yeah. I'm right there with you. So I spend my time just messing around in Blender and doing way too high poly stuff. I need to practice the optimization as a lifestyle tagline, which I know I should, but I rarely do. But yeah, no, I'm excited. Beauty Week, and then we have the Metaverse, the Art Week with Bay Backner. So this is going to be a full month, well, month and a half, right? Because it goes into July. So there's a lot of fun stuff happening over the next
I know
month.
That's why I was like, after Beauty Week, well, I mean, there is Mesh, so I guess I shouldn't have said what I said.
That's why I said, I was like, I don't know. You guys are, and then all the people you're going to help there, because like Odd Job said, that hasn't really even started yet. Once they will have questions, once the selected artists move on to phase 2, right?
Yeah. So we've kind of done the Discord refresh a bit. We have some last minute zhuzhing to do. We've created the category for Mesh. I think from here it's just a matter of what channels do we think we'll want, not that we need a lot of them, but maybe 2 or 3 that are specific, and one could be support, one could be specific information where it's just like not a communication channel other than from the team, more of an announcements kind of thing. And then one that's just like an open chat. But we just need to talk about it as a team and what we feel is best for CBD and what can help y'all out and the artists now.
Awesome. No, I'm excited to see how that comes together. It's going to be so much fun. What did I just do? I just did like I know we did the whip. And then I was with Kevin on Earth. I did a overview of the best show as well. So hopefully everybody, and I think we will be back on the whip as well for the art week as well. So that'll be, I think, on July we'll be back on there talking about it. So definitely come and join us for that, since you guys are obviously, you will know about it since you guys are the helpers of all the new people onboarded. That's going to be a fun one though.
Definitely. And if ABCs or Metaverse 3, I mean, of course, I have to talk to the other team members, but I don't foresee this being a problem. I think they would align with me. If you guys want to come and talk on any of those or show anything off, just let us know.
Awesome. Woohoo. I feel like it's like a Saturday night after hanging out with you guys. I'm like, what day of the week is it? It's party time. It's not time. Go ahead.
Is it throwback? Do they do Throwback Thursdays today, Sin? Is that still a thing?
I know today is DCL Curations. They have an event there, like the wearable drop that they did with the mural. So I think that's happening
today.
The mural,
Tonight is Vertex.
There is the curation station, I think, before that. They are doing... I think I need to look at the events page, but yeah, SRGH did this awesome mural for curations, and so that's being debuted today.
Yeah,
I'm really
and Sango
excited.
did the wearable for it, right? He used that.
Oh, nice.
Too.
I didn't know that part. Yeah, that's cool.
Lots of fun stuff. I know. This is just the beginning of our pre-weekend party, right?
I know, right? And then it's just going to continue into next week of Beauty Week.
I know. It's like, that's why I sleep. Nah. Okay. Yeah. Curation Station Community Mural. That starts. I need to have my UTC calendar. It starts later in a little bit. Yeah.
What time UTC?
11 p.m. UTC.
That should be 7.
Okay. Cool.
So
we still
1 hour Eastern.
That's Eastern, though. I'm saying.
Eastern. Okay, so that's like in 1 hour here. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
5 p.m.
Yeah, just under an hour. Yeah.
Very cool.
And then Baby Dolls is usually around 9 p.m. Eastern, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So 7 p.m. Yeah, they always have. And then there's also the Metatracker stuff. That was last night, so that was.
Yeah.
See,
that was at
blurs. It always blurs. Everything just blurs.
No.
It's like one long day. And yeah, I'm seeing
There's
all the.
Josh, who did the mural at Curation Station.
Hey y'all.
And the whales from
Hey,
CBD that were dancing on.
You found us.
Yay.
I found you.
Very cool. I can't wait to see it. So it's actually going to be, there's the wearable and there's the mural. Is it going to be up in a big area inside the library?
I'm not 100% sure what he has planned with that part of it. I know the wearable just got made like recently, but that's all curations, to be honest. He's kind of taken it and ran with it and made a pretty cool event type display. So I'm going to be kind of in the unknown of some of it as well. So I'm kind of curious as to how he's going to have it all laid out, to be honest.
Very cool. But you're the one who actually created it?
Yeah, I
Awesome.
painted it on Procreate on iPad.
Because I saw some of the previews. They look really sick, dude. Beautiful work. Love it.
Thank you.
Can't wait to see the surprise of what he does with it. So, did you know that he
Was
was going to
there-
do a wearable with it already, or was that always in the plan?
No, it definitely wasn't always in the plan, but he had asked me if I cared if he like made stuff with it. And I was like, no, dude, of course not. And so I put it into writing on the actual like NFT, like that he was, that I didn't mind him reproducing, you know what I mean? The artwork in like print forms or whatever, just so that it was there. I'd never really done that. So I was like, I want to do this.
I love that. That's like licensing in the metadata. That's really cool.
That's the way to go. That's so cool.
He asked me about the wearable like literally yesterday or the night before, I think. Was like, what do you think about doing a wearable? I was like, yeah, dude, go for it. Like, just let me see what it looks like before you publish it.
Oh my God, I love that. Like an overnight wearable.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
We've been there.
Well, you got Sango, the master, so of all the people to do it, it would be him,
Yeah, he's super talented.
Yeah, he did a whole wearable creation series on our YouTube on the Decentraland DAO. It was part of a grant, and so it's up there.
That's so cool. He's a curation committee member as well, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's what I thought for sure, but for some reason I was like doubting my thought. Was there a town hall? Did I miss that?
Yeah,
entirely?
it's before. It happens before here, and I'll be editing this and uploading it here in the next, probably either tonight or in the morning. So yeah.
Okay, sick. Sweet.
Cool.
What do you think of the whale parkour?
I love it. Even though it kicks my ass, it's like I still love it.
It's fun to make. Whenever I would see people struggling for a while, I would tell them like, you can like run and jump off the roof of the building next to it.
Oh, LOL, I didn't know that.
Oh, dude. Okay, there's my hack. Forget the spawning whales. I'm doing that from now on. So
the spawning
jump
whales
off.
is cool too.
Which building? That one right there? That huge one right there?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the ultimate workaround.
Oh my god. See, I knew there had to be even easier method for the super challenge, that even with 1,000 whales, it still took me a half an hour to get up here. That's why I'm meditating. I'm not moving from this spot.
That's hilarious.
Awesome. Well, thanks again, everyone, and stoked for. There's a lot of stuff going on later. It's gonna be fun. And when is so you guys were saying how all the next FAFO are all going to be dedicated to mesh, right? Or is there another FAFO happening this week before that starts?
The last FAFO, Oddjob was doing a PC build. He got a bunch of new stuff to do with the PC, so he did that. I'm not sure what's next. I know, him and I have been working on something for Beauty Week, so we've been pretty heads down on that.
Okay.
So I'm not 100% sure, and I don't know if it's in the Discord right now. Sometimes they happen a little more impromptu.
Okay.
We just know that Tuesdays and Fridays we can kind of be on the lookout for one.
Okay. Because every time I see you guys in there, I have like a meeting or I have stuff I have to do and I can't join you. And I've jumped in a couple of times, but it's been like I need to be able to like dedicate. And I saw you jump though, Sinful. I saw you do the leap of the jump from the other building.
You saw me cheat?
No, that's so cool though. Is it hard to get to the top of the other building? That's the big question.
No, it's just a bunch of like ramps.
Okay.
All the way up.
It's made for me then. It's like, head over there. You're not even allowed in here anymore.
Do any of you happen to know is there a planned date for when they're going to release the list of people they've chosen to do the mesh cube thing?
I don't know yet.
I have to ask
I
players.
haven't had time with Beauty Week to be able to check, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think it should be hopefully sooner than later, since you guys have to start. You were one of the ones submitted?
Yeah, I kind of got carried away after I did my concept sketch and started modeling.
Yeah,
anyways,
that's smart.
But
Yeah, that's what I. Yeah,
Anyway.
yeah, I would too. I was gonna say, well, even if you're not selected, even if you don't know, I would start because I was one of the beta artists and I worked on it for a long time.
Yeah,
long did you work
I even
on
got
it?
carried away with that. I think I have to reduce it now because I've just gone on creating a ridiculous whole scene. So
That's so cool. Oh,
Well,
what'd you
don't
say?
throw it away. I mean, you could put it in a world,
Yeah,
the
exactly.
expanded
oh,
version.
for sure, yeah. I'll
Totally.
save it up as
Wait,
a version.
what is the try count limit for a world? You know, I have one of my names. Like, what is the limit for that?
There isn't. It's just like 100 MB, right?
Yeah, there isn't really like any kind of like parameters when it comes to like polys and materials and textures. It's just like based on the megabyte size of the
Oh
file.
man, you're speaking my language. I'm like
I think that's
I'm like it's so I do the low poly, but by the time I finish, it becomes millions and millions of tries. Everything I do is like not.
That's like also including like any video files, like anything
Oh, cool.
else extra on scene as well. But 100 megabytes is a lot.
It's a
like
lot. That's good. That's a nice
I've
chunk.
gone on modeling one out and I've got to like 38 or 40 megabytes and there's still so much space and room. I'm just like, oh my goodness.
That's nice to know. Cool. Yeah, it's fun. It was fun making for that and learning from that experience. I can't wait for the main event and seeing all the different cubes. I think there'll be 40 total. That's going to be awesome.
Definitely.
Cool. Well, I'm going to wrap it up for now. And go make some food. But this has been awesome. Thank you guys, as always, hanging out with you guys. You guys are everywhere all the time. I think each of you have like multiple like clones of yourselves across Decentraland.
I wish.
I know, me too, right? There's so much going on. It's like I need to sleep and I want to work. It's like I want to go to events, but then I want to work, right? It's like you want to have it in the background, but then if you want to actually get things done, it's hard to do multiple things at once.
Yeah.
I just work all the time.
Yeah, I know. I usually am never not working, but like, and sometimes I'm like, I'll just go run around an event, and then I'm like, okay, you get inspired, and then you want to do something, and
Yep.
Dual monitor helps.
Yeah, I have that. I have dual monitor. I want another one. I want a third one too.
Yeah, I'm buying a new desk and a third monitor or a second monitor. I mean, so I can have three. Yeah.
Nice.
It's just like, I'm doing nail art. I'm streaming stuff. It's just
Yeah, you need the real estate.
I need a whole production studio at this point.
Me too. You're speaking my language. Like I just want the whole wall in front of me to be a giant monitor.
Exactly.
I need multiple computers running though. I have actually usually two computers. I have my Mac, my PC. So technically I have 3 monitors, but I want like 2 monitors for each computer and an extra so I would have 6 monitors. Yeah, that would be ideal.
Well, apparently from what I hear, the Vision Pro, you can make your screen as big as the sky. So
Oh yeah. That's why I love playing in Gravity Sketch. I love VR tools. Like going in there, like whatever I create, I can make it like you just feel like you're in it and make it gigantic, massive, and have multiple screens in there. Yeah, I love playing in VR.
Yeah, I need to get into that more because I have my Q2 and I've been wanting even watch videos from work and they're like, I did this in Gravity Sketch and I'm like, I need to get in there.
Yeah, we have to do the collab like I was talking about, mentioned to you guys, the Gravity Sketch collab. Like we could all be in there making something together.
Let's do a party, maybe over a 3 or 4 weeks, 1 month, maybe. Yeah. We say, hey, let's all jump in VR on a Friday night.
Yep.
I don't know about having a little wine because people might get a little motion sickness.
Yeah, I usually can stand at 20-minute increments before I get nauseous. If I do 20 minutes, take a break, come back, take a break, then it's okay. But
yeah, I do. So when I was doing AltSpace VR for Metaverse 3, I was doing about 2 hours.
Oh, damn, that's hardcore. That's a lot. I think
by the end of it, I was like, I need an hour before I step back into my body because I feel like I'm going to vomit everywhere. Yep. It's really disorienting to switch between those realities because kind of detach from your body a bit.
I agree completely. Let's plan on that. Okay, let's tentatively in the future for that half a day you'll take a break, CK. We already filled that slot.
Okay. After mesh.
After you keep pushing it back. After next year's I'm gonna just like go to the Discord one day and be like, look what I'm doing in Gravity Sketch. Come join me right now. You have no choice.
And I'd be like, after a music festival. No, I'm just kidding.
I was actually just watching a video about this guy. He uses Gravity Sketch to do his like virtual like cameraman job. So he's like in there taking first person like camera like recordings and renderings of like his scene and stuff. I'm like, that's so cool.
It is sick.
Wow. I know there's so much. That's why I'm like, yeah. You gotta learn to make cool shit. The more you know, the less I feel I know. So I really don't know anything. Like that's my life in Web3. The more I play in here, the less I feel I know.
Well, I always say so often, I don't know what I'm doing, but I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, that's so zen, right?
Yeah, and it's like, but when you know like what that means, like you get it because like
totally.
I'm learning Blender and I don't know what I'm doing, but somehow I'm like, I think I do this, and I think I do that, and I think I do this, and then I'm like, oh my god, I did it, and I was right.
That's a magic feeling, isn't it? When you're like all your weird clicks and things and tutorials. I mean, and then something happens, you're like, it actually works. And then I'm like, do I remember how to do any of that? Nope. But then I'll just redo it, and like eventually something
just
sinks in. Yep.
Yeah.
It's like the soul of Blender exists in me, and I don't know what I'm doing, and I'm just following the fingers as they decide to do things.
You're way more enlightened than me. I'm still like the soul is still I'm starting to find the soul. It kind of hangs out. See, my soul is like external soul is the Murphy's Law, the coyote, the crow, the trickster. Always likes to fuck with me. Like even today, you know, we were supposed to do this, but then the magic, like we were talking about in the beginning, you know, right? The magic is in the willingness to. The failure is actually the good place. You want to fail, right?
Yeah.
For the lessons happen, that's for sure.
Totally. That's so cool. So wait, is it SRJ? How do you say your name? Is it S?
Yeah, it's SRJH, but people have been calling me JH. People have called me Serge. My name is Josh, so if that's easy to remember,
okay.
you can call me Josh.
Hi, Josh.
Hi, Josh. Are you? Wait, you're also like you also help with CBD then, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm there quite a bit.
Okay, that's what I thought because I know you're. I mean, like most of us, we do things everywhere.
I'm a mod in there too.
Oh, cool.
Forgot about that part.
Josh and 13 were just voted in as mods for CBD, and they've been a part of it. Especially Josh has been a part of it since the very beginning. There's just some people who are like, how are they not? Do we forget? Like, oops.
Yeah, right.
So, I think over time, as people continue to be involved and in the Discord, and you know, like being admins and mod of CBD, it's not really like, oh, we have all the power now. It's like, no, we're just making sure there's no spammers, making sure people are using the channels right, and then like just doing things that require access if some of us aren't available. And that's literally all it is. But everything else we do, all the projects, it's like we sit down with as many people as want to come. It's like completely open. We do town halls just like the DAO.
Yeah.
And we just say, hey, these are the projects. These are some things we're interested in. People give feedback, give ideas. If they want to contribute to whatever that means in modeling or SDK, we just decide, okay, let's pursue this. If this is something we want to do, and we just kind of do projects.
Yeah, I love that. That's how, like, when I first began in Decentraland, like, that's a lot of the stuff I did for the first almost 2 years. Just like this group was doing builds and help curate, help, you know, do whatever they wanted. Then ended up in wearables, and you know, that's kind of how like you figure out where you want to contribute. You know, by just being in a place where everyone's collaborating and
you can try things. Yeah, like even like I've never. Before Decentraland and like NFTs and stuff, like I didn't really use Discord a whole lot.
Yeah, me neither.
Like even like the part of like I assigned someone a role for the first time yesterday. Like so, it's a learning experience for me on that end. You know what I mean? That I it's cool because there's like lessons coming from it, so many different angles. It's awesome.
And even when we made the Discord, I had been in many Discords and I kind of understood what some of the things were that people did, but not until CBD did I actually understand the inner workings of them and how they work. Mm-hmm. I had to learn all that stuff that Josh is probably learning now. And what's nice about the Discord is because we do this all together as a community, no, like, sometimes I'll be like, oh, Brandon and Oddjob know the permissions more, and I'll be like, hey, I don't know how to do this, but we're trying to do this, you know? That's when an admin or a mod is useful who has the experience to help teach me, and vice versa. If Josh, you run into something that you know, oh, hey, this thing came up and I want to help this person do this, but I don't know how to do it, one of us will be there to like help you in doing that. But it's just, I don't know, it's just a cool playground. That's really what you can describe it as.
Yep.
I just felt and we needed to organize in some way. And it kind of started a little more so around DAO and DAO issues. It's expanded beyond just that to now like variables and creation and, you know, like SDK and building, land ownership, you know, it's all sorts of things.
Yeah, all the things that, you know, as a DAO, all the community is doing constantly, trying to grow and learn, and dynamics of humans, right? Like creative humans.
Totally.
Absolutely.
Nowhere else I'd rather be, man.
Same.
Awesome. Well, this has been a blast. I can't believe we've been talking for a couple hours. It feels like 2 seconds, man. Well, almost a couple hours. Like an hour and a half, 2 hours, hour and a half.
Yeah. Everyone else just dipped out.
I know. They're like, we're the marathon runners. They're like, we just getting warmed up. Awesome.